What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another day in Car Mechanic Simulator 2021 with our beautiful project today. This is the Volkswagen T1 double cab pickup. It's actually the Type 2. The Volkswagen Splitty is the Type 2 Volkswagen. The camper name came a little bit later on, obviously when they made a camper van variant. But when it started out, it was just the Type 1. The Type 1 was the Beetle. The Type 2 was this beautiful creation you see, and it's called, as we go into here and actually look at the name, is the Volkswagen T1 double cab pickup. The T1 stands for the first variation of the transporter badge used from Volkswagen. I don't think they actually bagged it as transporter, but this is where the transporters came from. So all the Volkswagen transporters you see on the road today, this is the very first iteration, maybe not the double cab pickup. I think it was actually a van first before it was a pickup, but still, I'm so looking forward to this. I love the Splitty. It's a beautiful, beautiful pickup. Beautiful van, camper as it normally is. So what I'm doing today is I actually have a Volkswagen a camper Lego model. This is going to be the same colouring as my Lego model. You will see that a bit later on. You've already seen the thumbnail, so you probably already know. But let's talk a little bit about this beautiful double cab pickup. I probably will call this a camper a lot because I'm just used to calling this a Volkswagen camper. So if I do, just bear with me. You all know it's a double cab pickup and not a camper. It's just one of those things. Did we get a good deal from this absolute beast? We'll check that in a second. This is Jackyl's mod. It is absolutely beautiful. Link in the description below. You should definitely go get it. There's also going to be a livery pack link in the description below from Jackyl. Beautiful liveries. You should definitely get them. It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait for this one. But yes, available in the barn, the junkyard, or the auction house, which means you can only get it from the bad auction house. The salon makes it from the good side of the auction house. So we got it from the bad auction house, obviously, as always. And everything's quite low, but not too low. It's kind of dealing with, we can sort that one out. But did we get a good deal for the beautiful Type 1 double cab pickup, T1 double cab pickup? It's not a Type 1, it's a T1 transporter. Let's carry on with that. Did we get a good deal? Absolutely not. 66,409 is what I paid, and I could only sell it for 53,367 as it is, losing out on 13,042 before we even begin. Which is a bit of a shame, because I don't think we're going to be winning a drag tournament with this beautiful double cab pickup today, because from factory, it's only got 44 horsepower. It's going to be quite hard to tune that even just into triple figures. I'll be happy if I can get it into triple figures, but I still think that's going to be just a bit of a push with this one at only 44 starting horsepower. We may go through and a 3-star tune all the performance parts in this one, just to give it a bit more of a fighting chance. Maybe we can get into that triple figures and maybe actually win a race on the drag strip. Fingers crossed for that one. I'm not 100% convinced myself, but this is going to be our beautiful project for today. Oh, I will point out this. You can see it. The rear door handle, only on the cream interior version, comes out in this blue for some weird colour. I don't know, for some weird reason. I don't know why, but we're going to live with it because I wanted to go for the cream interior because I like it. You've got a cream interior, a black interior, or a brown interior. You also have a sport version as well. I didn't go for the sport version because you get a roll cage back here and you also lose all of these like side bits. You just get that flat tray without any of the supports around it. And I didn't quite like that. I wanted to go for something a bit more retro, a bit cooler looking. So this is what we're going to be working on today, and I can't wait to get stuck into that. But before we do that, congratulations to Marco Angelo 5 with your beautiful Morania Bizzarini. Yes, I didn't win, but this off-road beast did. Let's just get a little bit of light on it just so that we can see it a little bit better. I'll go into photo mode and we'll zoom all the way in so we can see that car a little bit better on there. Absolutely beautiful. Jacked up, LED lights at the top and at the front there, spare wheel on the roof, all looking absolutely fantastic. That custom interior is beautiful, and obviously 4-wheel drive. Very well deserved. Absolutely fantastic build. Loving that one. So congratulations to you. But the new competition has started, and we will know the car we'll be working on in literally about 10 minutes when I do the post, because I haven't got round to it yet, and I've only just started recording. So I'll be doing the post in just a minute, so keep an eye out on Discord. Not that you know now, but keep your eye on Discord to see what car we'll all be working on next. When I come to edit this, I will put the picture of it on screen right next to me here. So whatever car's on your screen right now, that is the winning car, and the car we're all going to be working on for the next competition. So good luck to everybody, and may the best build win. But back to our beautiful, beautiful double cab pickup. I wanted to call it a camper, but I stopped myself. So let's get started with this beast. Let's get it into the car wash. Let's get this one all cleaned up and ready to go. In the car wash with the Splitty, and let's see what colour it is underneath all of this dust and grime. Oh, bit Bit dodgy there. Frame rate didn't want to go quite as well as it did. But what colour are you? You're a lovely bit of multicolour. That, weirdly, is like very similar to the blue on the door handles. I quite like that. Random little glitch thing that's happened there. But it's in a base blue. We'll be able to sort all of this out later. It definitely isn't going to stay in that base blue. But it is what it is. Also, the passenger seat at the front's got a different texture to the driver's seat. I don't know if that's meant to be a thing, but it is what it is. But let's get that interior clean. Maybe that'll change some things. Maybe not. We shall see a little bit later on. Obviously, when we do the welding, that will fix the rest of this bodywork. Because obviously, these front seats here aren't actually seats. The seat, as you can see just there, is buried underneath it. There is a driver one as well, but it's not installed at the moment. So we'll sort that one out a little bit later on. But there we go. All cleaned and ready to go. Let's get this beast back onto the lifter. Let's get the engine ripped out of there. Let's get started. She's all clean and in the air. And obviously, this beast is a rear engine. If we open that one up there, I mean, you can already see past the exhaust, really, can't you? So we know it's a bit of a beast. This doesn't have an oil pan, but we probably still need to drain the oil. So let's get started with that. Over you go, oil drain. Let's get you going. There was some oil in there. Not that dirty. Definitely seen plenty worse, but still not great nonetheless. And let's get in underneath and see what we need to take out to rip this engine out of here. Obviously, one of the first things I know we're going to need to take out is off these wheels and a drive axle. So let's just get started with that. I'll get them out. I'll be back in a second. Wheels and a drive axles off. Now we need to get that starter out of there. Nice and easy. Out you come. And then get the rest of this gearbox out. There we go. There we go. There we go. All of them bolts out. Nice and easy. And do we need to get... I think we do need to take the main exhaust parts off. This isn't the piece I wanted. Exhaust manifold. No, I don't want that. I want front exhaust section. Is it just that piece I need? I'm just going to take these rear exhausts as well, just to be on the safe side. These are actually attached to the engine. So the rest of that should all pull out with the engine. Fingers crossed on that one. It's been a long time since I've done one of these butterfly engines, as I like to call them. I know it doesn't actually stand for butterfly, but that's what I like to call it. Can we pull it out? Yes, we can. Nice and easy. That is what we like. Now let's get on underneath and see what else we've got going on inside this engine bay. Well, there we go. ECU type B up in the corner there. Nice and easy for that one. Then our oil filter, which isn't attached to the engine, is in the service set just on the side there. Beautiful addition. Loving that one. We've got a fuel tank and a fuel pump in the center. Are we missing things? Don't think so. No, that's all part of the engine. Just seems a bit bare, but let's jump up the front and see what we've got. A small brake servo up the front. Couldn't see that one. Big old battery. I believe that's under the seat, as it should be. Then we've got the fuse box in the dash. And then just down the front here, we've got the wishy-washy reservoir and the brake servo. Is that really it for the engine bays? I believe so. We had both wheels on at the back. All the front wheels are on. It kind of looks like we've got all the suspension. So that's definitely a good thing. But we do need to drain the liquids from these two pieces. So let's crack on with that. Right-click, additional tools, drain tool. Click on hold on the container, as you know. And it'll drain it all out. There we go. I'm going to get the rest of this all stripped out and ready to go. When we come back, it'll be time to sort out this beautiful splitties, beautiful bodywork. Then we can get it into the paint shop. Then we can pick some awesome colours for this wonderful, wonderful vehicle. That's everything for the engine and suspension repaired, replaced or upgraded, ready to go back in our beautiful splitty. And I also spent 10,950 scrap making all the performance parts into 3-star performance parts to give this one just a tiny bit of a fighting chance a little bit later on. But let's crack on. We need to get all this bodywork sorted, get this get this pickup completely stripped down and ready to go. So let's just get on with it. Off you come. You're a door. That's not a door on that side. That's just a body window. Headlights, we've got you. Front bumper. That's a piece as well, I believe. Are we missing that piece of trim? I don't have that piece. No, that isn't a piece of trim. That's part of a livery. Never mind. Ignore me on there. Let's get the other headlight out. Windscreen off. Keep going around. That is a door on that side. Obviously, we're missing that door there. Let's get all of these pieces. Rear left door, rear left fender. Then we've got the trunk, obviously, and the license plate. We are missing the tail lights, most definitely, and a rear bumper on there. And then we can take off the rear clamshell and the rear window. And I do believe the lovely service set just floating there in the empty clamshell area. But never mind. I think that might be everything for the bodywork. I'm not 100% on that, but we're going to crack on anyway. Let's get what's left of this interior out. I did show you earlier, there is just a micro seat in there with a little bit poking out where you can actually sit down. Obviously, on the driver's side, if I just leave that steering wheel in, go into normal mode, you can click on the steering wheel and take a seat. I'm not sure if that dashboard did not look healthy. Bit of a texturing issue on that one, I believe, but let's get... That's a body part. There we go. So let's get you ripped out of there. And we'll also take this steering wheel out while we're here as well. Let's grab you so that nothing is floating in there, apart from whatever that piece there is. But never mind. Just a little bit of a floaty piece. Now, is that everything? It's down to 1% on there, but have we got everything? We have indeed got everything on the beautiful splitty. We are down to the bare frame, so we could swap it to a different interior. The only reason I would want to do that is just to stop that little door handle there being that funny blue colour. But I don't want to. I do like the look of the cream interior. So we are going to leave it. But the frame's at 51%, and I bought it for 66,000. So what do we reckon for this? This is obviously, for me, at least a very new build. I'm going to go a nice conservative 1,500. 2,000, not too far off for the double cab pickup splitty. But let's get in and have a look. Not that shop. We want the body shop for this splitty. There you are. What parts have we got for this one there? There you go. There's all our interior options. Obviously, the black, the brown, and the cream. Do we have that back door? We do. And you can see, look, the brown and the black, normal door handles. The cream, for whatever reason, it's got a bit of a blue tinge on there. I don't know what that is, but we don't have very many parts. Did I take the wipers off? Obviously, I didn't have any wipers on, so never mind that one. But let's crack on. It does look like everything is quite simple. Dashboard 1. The badge 2. I'm assuming that's a rear badge. I don't remember taking one off. Roll cage, I don't think we need for this one. I think that's only for the Sport Edition or whatever we're calling it. Don't know what car part 5 is. Car part 6 is the window wipers. Then we got front bumper, all our interior options, windows, headlights, mirrors, tail lights, rear bumper, rear clamshell. And then everything is like for like. The only difference we've got is the black, brown, or cream options on there. And I won't be using any of them. Well, obviously, we will be using the cream one. So we're not going to be swapping anything on this one. So let's just get what we can get repaired and get this beautiful splitty all back together. I'm going to go repair all of them panels, and then we can get them all back on. Let's get the beautiful splitty pickup all back together then and ready to go into the paint shop for a lovely fresh coat of paint. This is all just pretty much like for like. Obviously, we've already discussed all of that. It's only the interior that changes. So let's just go around. Obviously, doors, mirrors, and windows. Make sure all of them are in. You also have the window wipers on the front there, so don't forget them ones on there. In you go, on you go. Obviously, with our lovely bright blue door handles that I can't seem to do anything with, but never mind. Let's carry on. On you go. Headlights, you can actually repair these as well, so just that little bit of help if you need that one. Then we've got the front bumper on there. The car part 2, the big Volkswagen badge, we did have to buy a new one of them, along with, obviously, new doors, windows, and mirrors, as you can see on there. Let's get around to the back, get that rear window in there. Then we need to get the rear clamshell on. You go. Then we've got, there is some bits underneath that, which I'll get in a minute. Rear left fender, rear right fender. We didn't have one of them to start with. Rear left door on you go. Now I just want to open that one up and go back into assembly mode. You can see car part 5 is the strips on the back there. And what I might do is I might colour them a little bit later, just to make that look a little bit different, if I can get there, if I remember. Then on with the trunk on you go. We've also got some lovely tail lights. We had to go and buy these because we didn't have them. And a lovely rear bumper on there. And I think, oh no, that's not everything. Volkswagen badge at the back there. Let's get you back on. And also, we'll just put a blank VM plate on there for the time being. Is that everything? I want to say it is. Oh, no, I know what we've forgotten. Open up the door. We need to get the dashboard in. There we go. Nice and easy. In with that dashboard. We also need to get all the interior in. As I say, the seats are small, so I'm just putting the ones that were in there before back in, just so we can sit down. And obviously, that beautiful steering wheel on there as well, which I'm probably going to leave as it is. Don't know what I'm going to do with that dash later. I just want to check the seat works. Yep, we can definitely take a seat in there. No problem at all. But is that everything? Please be all at 100%. It is indeed. 100%, 100%, 100%. Fantastic. Let's get this beautiful splitty into the paint shop and do something with this colour. Well, here we are in the paint shop with the beautiful splitty. It is looking fantastic. Let's get on first and let's have a look at the factory colours. There is only 2. This steely sort of blue and then a steely sort of steel colour. Not going for either of them, I will be truly honest. Let's crack on and let's see what sort of liveries we've got in here. Now, these are all by Jackyl. Absolutely fantastic liveries, but let's get on and take a look at all of them. So you can make the base colour, let's just put some colour in it, whatever you want on that one there. Obviously, it changes the interior and that badge as well, but we're changing the badge later, so I wouldn't worry about that one. But then you say you got black with a bit of chrome and red on there. Then you got black and black with a bit of chrome, and then you've got the chrome stripe totally gone, so you've just got the paint mark on there in the black. Then we've got a beige in chrome and black, beige without the chrome, orange. That orange does look good, though. I'm not going to lie. Absolutely fantastic. Then we've got red with chrome and black at the top, and then we've got red without the chrome, blue, white with chrome and red. I think that's the one we're going to go for. White with chrome and black. Actually, no, I'm going to go for the white with chrome and black on there. Then we've got just the chrome and red trim. That's plain white without the trim. And then we've got just the chrome and black trim. And that is all of them. But I know exactly which one I'm going to go for. So let's get that one on there. I want to go for a white top, black trim. And then we're going to go for a beautiful full bright red on this one. Lovely and vibrant. That's the colour we're going to go for. We are going to change a few bits. It's obviously not going to stay like this. I kind of want to try and fix that door handle if I possibly can. Although I'm not making any promises on that one. That's definitely going to go chrome at the front there. I think the front and rear bumpers are going to go for a lovely white on that. And I might put some wood trim on them panels on the rear bed if I can. That's the plan anyway. I'm going to get all of that done. Oh, before we jump in, before I say I'm going to get all that done and get this painted, I've also put red on the screws and the bolts for everything, including the rims. So we'll see how that turns out a little bit later on. But now that's all ready to go. I'm going to stay in this screen, actually, just so we can make sure that's painted. Because the last few times I've done it, it's not actually painted the bolts for me as I've gone. So there we go. That's the base start of it painted. I'm going to grab all of these bits off that I want to get changed. And then I'll see you back in just a second. And we'll see how it looks. Well, here she is then, the beautiful splitty pickup, all finished with the painting, or at least of the body. I've still got the engine and suspension to go yet, but we got that rear bumper in a beautiful white on there, and looking very, very good. The front bumper also in a beautiful white. We've got some chrome on the Volkswagen badge at the front there, looking very, very good. And if we just open it up, I also put white and chrome on the dashboard, just to take away from some of the red that was in there, because it is incredibly red on the inside, apart from those little blue bits. But we are glossing over them. Didn't do anything with the steering wheel or the seats, obviously. And then the last piece, if we just open up that one there, I did try and put the wood texture on it, but it didn't go very well at all. So I just went with the chrome instead. It carries on with a few of the chrome accents. So we've obviously got like that bit of trim going on there. Obviously the badges and mirrors around the lights and things like that. Didn't want to do chrome on the bumpers. Would have been a very easy option to do chrome on the bumpers. But the model, the Lego model I've got sat on my desk has white bumpers front and rear, and that's the thing. I copied the color scheme of that one off. Absolutely beautiful. I love this one. It is absolutely incredible. But now we need to get this beast back on the lifter. I need to go and get everything painted, and then we need to start getting everything back in, ready to try and drag race this little beast. Now it does have 3-star performance parts. It might have a fighting chance. So let's get it back on the lifter. Let's get it back together. Everything's painted on the splitty, almost ready to go. And yes, I could not fix that door handle. It's still bugging me a little bit, but cream interior still looks good. We're keeping that as it is, just a slightly blue door handle. But never mind, everything is now painted and ready to go back together. Obviously, we can't see the bit of the engine bay at the front, but there's not really much changed in there. But if we go down to the back, all we got down here is a white oil filter in that little service set, and our ECU is in there somewhere, obviously unpainted. Up the front, if we can get up there, let's jump up real quick. We got a red battery tray, chrome bracket supports, obviously, and then a bit of white on that bit there, on the, what is that bit even called? The bracket, battery tray bracket, just so that Volkswagen badge just sticks up a little bit, even though it's under the seat, and you'll never see it anyway. And the fuse box is just in a cheeky white, even though it's under the dashboard, and you're never going to see it anyway. But there we go, enough of that. Let's talk about the suspension. The chrome central cross member is looking fantastic. Then we got red and a splash of white on the lower suspension arm, white and red on the shock there. Obviously a white sway bar. We've got white on the steering rack, chrome and red, and we've kept the Brumbo brakes in their standard colour. Still in a bit of red with the text on there, looking absolutely fantastic. Fuel tanks in a black with the fuel pump in a red, and then the colours down the back here as tiny splash of chrome. The rest of it just in that red and white, looking fantastic in my opinion. What do you think? Do let me know in the comments below. But now we need to go and build that beautiful B6 butterfly engine, whatever you want to call it. I refer to it as the butterfly engine. There we go. She's on the stand. Lots of chrome on this. The main blocks, obviously they come in 2 halves, are mainly in chrome white on there. Obviously you got the centerpiece in chrome and then white front and back. Same for either side on there. Looking good. Then we got white and chrome on the engine cylinders. You can only really see the white bit. The chrome bit's just sort of in there. And then we've got chrome and red on the engine head covers. lovely little camshaft, and then 6 spark plugs per side. So 12 in total you need for this build. Make sure you get all of them right in there. Then inside the front, oh, sorry, yeah, I got the camshaft, didn't I? Yeah, camshaft's in there. Then we got cam gears, 2 of them, 2 timing chain shoes on there as well, and then 2 timing chains in there, just to finish all of that off and make sure this engine all works properly. But now we need to get on and get the rest of this all assembled, starting with these timing covers. On the back they're red, on the front they're white, and then when we drop it in the car, all of these bolts holding this all together will go on a beautiful red, and hopefully, fingers crossed, it's all going to look fantastic once we get it plopped into the car. Car, pickup, splitty, whatever we're calling it. Crankshaft pulley is in a chrome there, keeping up with that chrome theme, looking nice. We've also got the ignition distributor in a chrome and red, but it's just a really splash of red in there. Rotor's not painted because we don't need, and then the caps on the top are in a white and chrome. You can see the tips on the end there are just in a beautiful chrome, looking lovely, with some beautiful red clips just to go in and finish it off. Remember to go all the way around. There's 4 of these, and sometimes they can be quite difficult to reach. I always put them in before I put the rest of the stuff on top there. Onto the other side, power steering pump is in a chrome. You can't do 2 colours on this one. It is a solid colour or nothing, so I went with the chrome. White was too much, red was just a little bit over the top. Fuel filter up here in a cheeky little red. And now let's get on and get these done. On top of everything we've already mentioned, you've got the camshaft bearing, which we have done in a red, because it's going to look good underneath these covers when I get them on, which are in a beautiful white on there. So you've got the red just sticking out underneath with the white on top. I think it looks absolutely fantastic in my opinion. Well, let's get all of you bolted up, and then let's go round, and I'll get the other side up to the same spot and be back in a second. There we go. We got the heads on, all up to the same spot on both sides. Looking good so far, but let's get on. We've got the engine block cover going on top there. Big plastic bit, which we just did in the white. And obviously these bolts will go red when it's in the car and hopefully look great. Still fingers crossed on that one, though. Just down underneath it, we've got the fuel rail on there. Obviously, all 3-star performance parts. That's in a chrome and red. We've also got one on the other side over there. In you go. Then into the middle, our alternator is in red, and there's a little splash of chrome just on that wheel at the front there. Bolt you up. Then we've got the fan cover, which we've done in a chrome, and then the fan itself is in a white and steel black on there, just for the pulleys. Didn't want it to be too white. Might have been a little bit over the top. Then we've got all our belts to go on, which are all blacked out as per normal. There's 3 of them, 2 on that front, and then 1 going off around that power steering pump just on there. And that's all of that done for the front. We'll come back to the exhausts in a bit. I suppose we could get the ignition cables in now, ignition wires in now. They're in a red and chrome, kind of like how you see it there, actually, just a bit more vibrant in my opinion. So there we go, that's that on you go. Intake manifold A, which is this side, in you go in a chrome and a red, keeping all the pipe work, as it were, in their chrome, and I think it looks fantastic. Cannot wait to get that throttle in and see how that one turns out. Built intake manifold B on the other side, exactly the same in the chrome and red. Mostly in a chrome, they just get these red double bandings on there. They look really nice. Then onto this throttle piece, which is in the same colour. That's how the performance parts normally comes, and this is how we've done ours. You've got the red banding, a little bit of redness on the actual throttle piece, and all the pipe work in the chrome there, looking very, very good. Air filter cover in a white, and then obviously our performance air filter in Yugo, and then the base, that feels like it's the wrong way around, also in another white, with some more beautiful red clips just going around, finishing that one off. Can't click on that one, there we go. Didn't want to receive me. All of the red clips in, looking beautiful. Then we've got a blower on this side in Yugo, which is in a white and red, just a few little red bolt sort of bits on there, looking good. And then onto our exhausts. Yeah, it's just fully chrome. Of course it is. It looks good in chrome, and you should be able to see all of the exhaust once it's in the car, installed in the car, straight from the back. And hopefully it's going to look absolutely beautiful. But that is it for this engine, all finished, looking absolutely beautiful. Let's get it off the stand, and let's get it dropped into the beautiful little splitty. And let's get this engine dropped in then, in you go, and then we'll see how good it looks. I might have to go into photo mode. I don't know if I can quite crouch enough for this. Oh yeah, I can. We're fine. Yeah, look at that. You've got the white sticking out, and I know the exhaust's going to go on top and cover it up at the moment, but at the moment, it looks very good with the white sticking out, and in fact, it looks like the engine has a big block missing from the middle, and it's been cut in half and just lifted up. That's what it looks like from this angle, but that's looking good in there. I might go into photo mode anyway, just so we can sort of fly around a little easier, as long as I remember to make it go a bit slower. All of them red bolts on there looking very, very nice. Very, very pleased with all of them. I think that's looking beautiful in there. Loving that. I think I've done an excellent job. Oh, patting myself on the back there a little bit, but never mind. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. But let's crack on. We've still got a few bits left to go. Let's get that trunk closed. Let's get this one up in the air. We've still got the last bits of the exhaust to get in, and obviously the gearbox and then rear drive axles. So let's crack on with that. Starting with the gearbox. Up we go in a white and red. Yeah, you probably could have seen that one coming from a mile off, but there we go. In you go there. The starter is in a red. Even though it's got red bolts, it's still going to look quite nice. And that's the normal version of a painted starter. That's not quality of life up, overwritten or anything like that. For our drive axles, sadly, I just went for a black. I don't like doing these in any other colour because these plastic bits, the rubbery bits, whatever you want to call them, they change colour with the whole lot. So it's like you get that all bright red, and it looks out of place in my opinion. So I very rarely paint these anything other than black. But there we go. In you go. Now I think that's it. Oh, the exhaust. I almost forgot the exhaust. So front exhaust section in the middle. Beautiful chrome, obviously. And then 2 tips on the outside. Again, both in a lovely chrome. But let's go to the front, crouch down, and take a walk out and see what we think. Plenty of chrome red and white up there. And the same at the back, chrome red and white. Looking fantastic. Loving that. But let's get it back down on the ground. I'm going to get the liquids all topped up. Let's tint some windows while we're here, actually. So let's go and grab the window tinting kit. And let's see what we can do with the windows on this beautiful splitty. Not going to do all. Windshield. What have I got saved? 25. I don't know why I've got 25 saved. That 70 looks a little bit too dark to me. So we'll go down to maybe 60 for that and see how that turns out. On you go, windshield. Left body window. Just make sure you are the back one. Have I got 100% on here? I have. In you go there. Then rear window. That also wants to be 100%. All the way around, front left door. Have I missed a window, or is it just doing it in a funny order? Front right door window, you want to be 60 as well. Hopefully the next one, is the rear. It's because it's a door. It's because it's a door. That makes sense. In you go at 100%. Then what else have we got? Trunk. Are you even going to change anything? Let's say if I just pick you a bright green. Oh, there is a light there. We're going to leave that one as it is. Left headlight, maybe a bit of dark. Oh my, it's actually letting me tint them for a change. Do I just take the lens color off completely? I kind of don't. Can I do it? I don't want it too dark, you know what I mean? I think that's the best I'm going to get. So I think we're going to go for that. Just to give it a bit more of a custom look. Right headlight. It never normally works on the headlights, to be honest. So this is something totally different. But let's get around. Tail lights. Do we want to do anything with them? They're currently in a red. If I just take some... Oh, they look... Well, I was going to say they look a bit weird, but they kind of don't, actually. So I'm going to leave that at 1%. Yeah, we'll go with that. And we'll get the right tail light also at 1%. And have we got any other options? No, that's the rest of it for all. So let's come off of there. I like that rear end. Maybe the front. No, I like that. It's taking the yellow lenses off of the indicators, basically, is what I was going for. But let's see if the window tint's too dark. Can we see out of it? And remember, you can click on the seat bit sticking out, or you can also click on the steering wheel. I'm not sure if that's through quality of life or something like that, but that window tint is just a tad bit too dark, so we're going to sort that one out. Let's get on with that. Well, I went down to a 50. The side windows don't look too bad, but the windscreen still looks a little dark, but I'm not sure if that's just because we're sat higher up than we normally are. I'm going to come down just a little bit more on that windshield, because from the inside it does look a little dark. I don't want to go too much, though. It's already at 50%. Make sure we're not on all. Just the windshield. So I'll go down to 40. And we'll take a seat inside and we'll see how that one looks. Hopefully that should sort it out. Let's just go for the seat. Should have gone for the steering wheel. Much easier to hit. That's a bit better. I can see more. I can still see how it's darker in the sort of like the top half of the windshield. But that could just be because we got black walls running around there. So I'm going to leave it at that. It's 40 on the windshield and 50 on the side windows. And then 100% on all the other windows on there. But that's looking good. There's enough of that. Let's get this beast all ready to go. Let's go. I'm going to go decide what wheels we're going to put on this bad boy. And then let's get them all assembled. Just balancing this last wheel now. And then we can get these two on the car for this side. Get this beautiful splitty all finished off and ready to go. Let's get on and have a look. The rim I've gone for today is the rim at 34A. I haven't coloured it. This is its natural colour. One of the first times I've ever done this. But for the rears, we need a 17-inch... Well, you don't need. I've gone for a 17-inch rim, 255 width, and a 55 profile on there. Gone for the classic white walls, although we are drag racing it. So for the drag races, I'm going to put slicks on, and then we'll put the white walls back on just for aesthetic and sale purposes at the end. Although you do get more profit from slicks, but I like how it looks with the white walls. So we'll go with the white walls anyway. So that's the front, 255 at 55 at 17 at rear, sorry. 255, 55 at 17 down the rears. It is the same with the slicks on as it is with the white walls. So if you wanted to do the same as me, you can. For the fronts, it's still obviously 34A, the rim, but it's a 17-inch rim with 235 width and a 55 profile. Other than that, very similar. Almost the same size, just the rears are slightly wider. But there we go. That's it all done. Let's pop you back down on the ground. Now I need to get the liquids topped up, and we'll get this beautiful splitty outside in the sun, ready to be dynoed and then drag raced. Well, there she is, all finished, looking beautiful in red, white, and chrome on there. Absolutely loving this beautiful splitty. One more thing left to do on it, and that's just swap this rear license plate round to the one we're going to use for this build today, which just says splitty on it. Nice and simply, it's a split screen. So it's a splitty to me, even if it is a double cab pickup instead of a camper. Still absolutely love it. I do love a Type 2 Volkswagen, or the camper as it's more affectionately known, even if it's not a camper in my head, because that still works. But there we go. What do you think? Looking beautiful. Kept the white walls on it for a minute. As I said, I will put slicks on it for the drag racing, and then we'll go back to the white walls when we come to sell it, just for the aesthetic purposes. But let's get in and see what this beautiful little splitty sounds like. In we get. Loving this interior. It all looks fantastic in here. Good job, Jackyl. Loving all of this. But let's get it started. See what she sounds like. Okay, that's a tick over. I quite like it. We've all heard it before, but let's give it some gas. Still sounding a bit mean at the top end, even though from factory it's only got 44 horsepower. We'll see what it ends up with once we get this beast dynoed in just a minute. So there we go. Let's get it onto the dyno. Let's see what its horsepower is, what its drag rating is, and then let's get it onto the drag strip. On the dyno then with our Volkswagen Type 2 T1, a double cab pickup with the B6 engine pumping out 44 factory horsepower. I hope we made it into triple figures. I really, really do. Have we got there? Let's have a look. No, not yet. Quite a way out. 22 horsepower out from triple figures. We got an additional 35 horsepower from all of our tuning today. 80%. I'm not overly impressed with that, I'm not going to lie. I was hoping for triple figures, we all knew that. But there we go, 80% bringing us up to 78 total horsepower and a drag rating of E75. Absolutely fantastic. I have done this, I've now got the slicks on it, as you can see. I did dyno it without the slicks. The numbers all came out the same, apart from its drag rating was E55 instead of E75. So the slicks do make difference to your drag rating, but not your overall power and performance, especially at a low level, at least anyway. So there we go. Let's have a look at the gearbox tune I've gone for this. See, it doesn't look as good with the slicks on as it did with the white walls. We'll definitely be putting the white walls back on. But let's go and look at the gearbox tune. This is what we've gone for today. I have played around with this quite a lot, and they're quite long races, even at the quarter of a mile. 4.3 ratio is what we've gone for. 47 kilometers an hour in first gear. Everything has been adjusted. None of this is where it was when it started. Up to a reported 152 kilometers an hour in fifth gear. Pretty confident we're not going to make it all the way up there, but we will go and find out in just a minute. We do have a fully tuned ECU. 16 of our 80% or whatever it was, it comes from the Stage 3 ECU tune. I definitely was hoping for more. But if you want to learn how to easily tune the ECU every time, click the link in the top right-hand corner here, which is a short on how to do it every time. It's also linked in the description below, along with a link how to do the carburetors nice and easily every time as well. But enough about this. Let's get onto the drag strip and see what our beautiful splitty can do. I'm not promising anything, and I don't think we're going to be breaking any records today. But let's get over there. Let's find out. Here we are then at the drag strip with the beautiful Volkswagen double cab pickup Type 2. Now, unfortunately, we won't be going to a King of the Sands tournament, and I'll show you why in just a quick moment. Don't worry, Jackyl is already working on it, trying to get it fixed, literally as we speak. I've reported to him, and he's trying to fix. Unfortunately, at the moment, with this model, Quick Pick and King of the Sands aren't quite working. I won't show you what happens when you go to Quick Pick, but if you go to King of the Sands, this happens. Why have we done this? Seriously, why are we bringing a 78 horsepower double cab splitty onto the drag strip? It's all fun and games. E75 drag rating. I don't think I've ever seen one that low, apart from the E55 without the slicks. But there we go. Let's get into it. Quarter of the mile. Definitely just going to stick with E-Class in there and pay our 200 entry fee. That's quite low. Happy with that. Okay. I have no idea what's happened there. Yeah, I've got absolutely no idea what's going on there. Jackyl is looking into it, though, so don't worry. Hopefully it'll be fixed very, very shortly. Fingers crossed on that one. But anyway, we can still do practice and warm-up and 1v1s at the moment. So we're going to go into some 1v1s, quarter of a mile, and you know the drill by now. Versus. But let's do three randomizations and see where we end up with. So 1, 2, 3. Our first race is against the ST line 5-door Ford Fiesta. Now, this says we got 150% tuning. You all saw it on the earlier screen. We definitely didn't. So I don't quite know what's going on there. But this is going to be our first race. The Ford Fiesta versus the Volkswagen double cab pickup. E75 is our rating. E100, which is the top of the E-Class drag rating. So let's see how we can do against the Ford Fiesta. That beautiful red and white looked absolutely fantastic as it was rolling up to the start line there. I'm loving that. It just looked so good. Against the Ford Fiesta for our first race. Will we win? Probably not. But let's go. Come on, you beautiful little Volkswagen. Not even to full acceleration by the time we got off the line. Oh, let's get into second gear. There goes the Ford Fiesta already. Kind of what I thought was going to happen. My first run in this Volkswagen was around 25 seconds and around 80 to 90 kilometers an hour. So my goal was to get under 20 seconds and over 100k. Have we made it? We got over 100k. Is it under 20 seconds? No, not quite though. I'm actually quite happy with that. 20.655 seconds to the quarter of a mile. I say quite happy with that. I mean quite happy in comparison to the other builds we have done on this channel where we've had like 7-second cars and 6-second cars and things like that. So the E75 rated Volkswagen double cab pickup, 20.655 seconds. No records being broken today. Let's get on to the next one. We're going to get 3 down just so we can see a base and average time. See what sort of things we can get with this beautiful Volkswagen. So, who's next? Let's get into race number 2 then. Who are we going to be up against? 3 more randoms. 1, 2, 3. We're against the Lamborghini Nitro 120 tractor. That one is the standard version, not the absolutely wild, crazy version that dominated my previous speederboard. Drag rating of only E28 for that one, so we should, in theory, be able to do this one with E75. Let's go. Let's be honest, both of these vehicles could be used on the same farm, but it's not what they're here for today. Here, today, we're doing quarter-mile drag races. Let's go. Volkswagen versus tractor. Off we go. Are we going to win race number 2? I'm not holding out much hope, but this one is a tractor, so, you know, fingers crossed and all of that. Let's get into third gear. I think that's all we're going to use for this race, and let's see if we can beat our first run of a 20.655 seconds and 101 kilometers an hour. Can we do it? First off, we've got to get this thing across the line. There we go. Just about across the line from that one. Was it better? 20.627 seconds. So actually, ever so slightly better. And the tractor didn't even make it to the eighth of a mile, let alone the quarter of a mile. So a bit concerned about that. Well, I did make it to the... No, it made it to 3,300. It genuinely didn't even make it to eighth of a mile. I'm assuming it crashed or something. Not quite sure about that one, but that was an easy win for us. We finally got one down, and so far is the best time. We're going to do one more and see what we end up with. Last race of the day. Who are we going to be up against? 3 more randoms. 1, 2, 3, and we're against... Oh, this is beautiful. The Type 1 versus the Type 2. The Volkswagen race-off to the end-all race-off. So let's get on to it. Let's see who's going to win. Will it be Type 1? Will it be Type 2? All we need now is the common gear, and we will have a perfect set. I love this lineup. The Volkswagen Beetle, a.k.a. the Type 1, versus the Volkswagen Double Cab Pickup, a.k.a. the Type 2. Who's going to take this battle? Theoretically, it should be very evenly matched. We're a bit heavier, though, so let's go. Come on, you beautiful Double Cab Pickup. Off the line. Let's go. I want to beat the Beetle. I want to beat the Beetle. Into second. We are beating the Beetle as it stands at the moment. Into third. Let it accelerate a bit further. I can't see that Beetle. The rear windows are definitely just a little bit too tinted on this one. The front one's absolutely fine. But anyway, let's crack on. Come on, you beautiful pickup. Across the line. Are you going to be our best time of the day? 20.649. Sadly, not quite our best time of the day. Still with the same top speed, though, 101 kilometers an hour. But we finally won a race. Finally. Wait, did we beat the tractor? We did beat the tractor. Never mind, I didn't count the tractor. We've won 2 races out of 3. but we couldn't enter a tournament. So there it is. No tournament winnings, although I didn't think we were going to get any anyway. So there we go. But let's get this beautiful double cab pickup back to the garage, get it onto last place on the speederboard quite easily, and then see if we can sell it on for a nice bit of profit. The double cab pickup's on the speederboard, and well, you guessed it, it's in last place, or ninth as it currently is. The Volkswagen Type 2 T1 Transporter 1 double cab pickup. Couldn't quite fit the pickup in there, but you get the drift. With 78 horsepower, 20.627 seconds to the quarter of a mile, with a top speed of 101 kilometers an hour, or 63 miles an hour, ever so slightly rounded up on there. I don't care if it's the slowest car we ever pit on the drag strip. It is one of my favourite builds of all time. I absolutely love it. So thank you so much for putting that one in, Jackyl. It is a beauty. Such a thing to admire, and I am very, very happy with it. So enough of this, even if it is last place. Never mind. We never knew. We never expected it to be taking on any championships or anything like that. Sadly, we couldn't even get into a tournament, but we've got it on the speederboard. Nonetheless, it is there. But enough of that. Let's get back outside, get ready to say goodbye to this beautiful Volkswagen, and see if we can sell it on for a nice bit of profit. Well, there she is, all finished. And yeah, not the quickest, but definitely a beautiful, beautiful looking vehicle nonetheless. I absolutely love these gorgeous cars. But anyway, let's talk some facts and figures. I bought this one for 66,409 and could have sold it at a loss at the beginning of 13,042, but we obviously didn't do that. That beautiful engine in there. We spent a further 83,256 upgrading, modifying, tuning, and painting this beautiful Volkswagen, with a grand total spend of 149,665. It might have been slow, but will it be profitable? Let's get in. Let's take a look. Well, it is all 100% complete. We might not have been able to tournament drag race it, but we still got some drag races in nonetheless, so I'm still happy with that. As I said, Jackyl is working on fixing it. Links in the description below if you want to grab it yourself, along with this beautiful livery by Jackyl. But make sure you follow the instructions, because you do have to unpack it a little bit and get the extra liveries there in there. The instructions are all listed on the Steam page, so just make sure you read it all and pay attention, is all I'll say about it. Fully tuned up engine from 44 to a whopping 78 horsepower. It says it's a gain of 149.5%, but I find that one very hard to believe, considering it was 80% power gain and something like 69% torque gain or something like that. But there we go. Doesn't... Yeah, anyway, enough about that. But it was fully tuned anyway. I've had some fun with it. I made it look as cool as I wanted it to look. It just wasn't quite as fast as I would have liked it to be. But never mind. We spent 149,665 getting it to here. Is there money in it? There definitely is money in it, with a sale price of 316,408. Leaves us with a profit of 166,743 from this beautiful, beautiful car. And a little part of me doesn't want to sell it. I'm going to, because I'm going to build a custom one of these at some point, just because I want to style it ever so slightly different. I'd like it a little bit lower, in all honesty, and things like that. There's a few things I would change, but overall, still a beautiful, beautiful mod. Thank you very much, Jackyl. Very much appreciate it. But it's time to say goodbye to this one. Off you go. We will take our over 150,000 profit. Very, very happy with that. Now, if you've seen the previous video, which was this beautiful Moriana Bizzarani, or however you say it, our lovely custom twin turbo with all of that custom pipework in the back. If you haven't given this one a score out of 10, please do so now. I want to get this one onto our show car board, find out where it's going to end up. I absolutely love this. I think it's wild, and I'm hoping it's going to sit out here somewhere. So please make sure you give it a score out of 10, be as high or as low as you want, and we'll do an average, and I'll get them onto the board in the very next episode. But what car do we have coming up next? You can see it there. This is another new mod by Lit. This is actually pretty brand new, if we're being truly honest. This is the Hyundai i30N, and we've gone for the prior design because it's got those crashy game, jumpy game. What is happening? Oh my god, it doesn't like the Lamborghini thing, that Moriana Bizzarani. That will be moved soon, hopefully. It doesn't, it's got the wide body arches on it. That's why we went for this prior design instead of a lit edition, which is what I would normally go for, because they're normally pretty wild. But I like the look of this wide body kit, so this is the one that we're going to be going for in the next episode. That wing up there looks awesome as well. Can't wait to get stuck into this one. Let's see if we can find some place. There we go. As I said, it's the prior design, and actually, I think for the first time on a lit build, I haven't changed any of this. It's available in the salon, the auction, or the junkyard. The only place you can't pick it up is a barn. I guess that kind of makes sense. So we got ours from the auction house and the bad auction house, because the junkyard is on there. That's where we got it from. And it's, you know, the frame is absolutely awful. Could probably be thrown away and just buy a new one and start again. But there we go. Bodywork's not too bad. Parts and interior are both all right. The engine in this one is the i4 2-litre double overhead cam TFSI all-wheel drive engine, pumping out 308 horsepower. We finally got a decent horsepower number to work with. So we will definitely, fingers crossed, be drag racing this one in a tournament in the next episode. I'm looking forward to that one. But did we get a good deal for it? No, not at all. 93,885 is what I paid, and I could sell it right now for 87,410, losing out on 6,475 before we even begin with this beautiful Hyundai. And it is beautiful. I cannot wait to get it built. It is a new mod bullet. It's going to be awesome, and it's going to be the video for next Thursday. So make sure you join us back here on Thursday for this one. I am looking forward to it. I don't know if there's any liveries, but we're going to do something cool with it colours-wise nonetheless. If you do have a suggestion for it, do let me know in the comments below. Also, while you're down there, let me know what you think of our beautiful Volkswagen Type 2 T1 double cab pickup. That is a mouthful, although Type 2 isn't officially in its title. And do give me a score out of 10 for that beautiful twin-turbo Moriana Bizzarini right there, looking beautiful. If you haven't seen the episode, go and check it out now, and let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to the channel members. I appreciate all of you. It's the only way to get hold of my custom configs and liveries is £2.99 a month if you can afford it, or whatever that would be in your local currency. And if you can't, I totally get it. I completely understand. Honestly, I can't afford it myself at the moment, so I wouldn't be paying it. So I do completely understand. But if you could continue supporting me by watching my videos, liking and commenting and sharing, it would be absolutely fantastic. So thank you very much. Have a beautiful day, whatever it is you're getting up to. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Like and subscribe for Virtual Mechanic.